All right, primary season is winding down, and there's only a few more states left that have not voted yet. So I wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about the possibility of having a Trump versus Clinton matchup in November, at least from the Democratic and Republican parties. So these two individuals, Trump and Clinton, are two individuals with extremely high unfavorable margins. I mean, it's something that has not been seen before. They're extremely disliked. And they're looked at as liars as well. But Trump actually polls higher in trustworthiness than does Clinton. Wow, right? Clinton, as we know, she has an FBI investigation into her use of a private email server, something that was not allowed, that she's been saying was allowed this whole time. Trump has lawsuits into his Trump University that scammed millions of dollars away from people that were looking for higher learning. So, of course, these two issues are deeply troubling to the American public. So on Thursday, Clinton gave a speech where she was talking about foreign policy, but a lot of the time was devoted to attacking Donald Trump. And she said how Donald Trump was temperamentally unqualified and how he is somebody with thin skin and somebody that should not have the entire American arsenal at his disposal, somebody that should not have their finger on the button. So this whole time I'm listening, I'm thinking, this is amazing that this individual is talking about how somebody else is unqualified based on foreign policy. Like, we know Donald Trump doesn't talk about policy, and we know that he doesn't really know a lot about foreign policy, but we know exactly what Hillary Clinton would be in terms of foreign policy. She is an interventionist. This is the same woman that wanted a no-fly zone in Syria. This is the same woman that voted for the Iraq War. This is the same woman that laughed gleefully because Gaddafi was murdered in the streets.
We came, we saw, he died.
And that incident where Gaddafi was ousted, President Barack Obama just recently cited as his biggest mistake or his biggest regret because they didn't plan for what was next, the next steps, and that allowed ISIS to get a foothold in Libya. This is the experience of Hillary Clinton. So then on Friday, Trump holds a rally in California. And I don't know if you've ever seen a Donald Trump rally, but it's really hard to make it all the way through. I couldn't get all the way through it this time because he really jumps around from this to that. And I mean, he's just really like a babbling buffoon. I mean, seriously. He talks about, crooked Hillary, and talks about, we're going to make America great again. And, we don't win anymore. And China's ripping us off. And, oh, look, there's so many people out there. And I mean, it's all over the place. He touts this ability of not having to use a teleprompter. And that's some kind of indictment on Hillary Clinton. But Trump, man, you need a teleprompter, man. You're all over the place. So it's just kind of miraculous that these two individuals with this many troubling aspects to their characters and their past and their present. I mean, it's just miraculous that people actually are supporting these two candidates. Just recently, Katie Couric did an interview with 4 Republicans that are in Congress, and she talked about different issues or different points or different things that Donald Trump has said that he's advocated for or against. And every single one of them, these Republicans did not agree with, like kicking out undocumented immigrants or not allowing Muslims to enter the country, stuff like that. The wall, building the wall. Every issue, these Republicans were like, nope, not with them, not with them. Then at the end, they're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna vote for him though. Like, what? I don't get it. Why would that doesn't make any sense? Paul Ryan just came out. Oh, yep, I'm gonna vote for Trump. After Clinton's speech, Mika Brzezinski on Morning Joe, she said how she was impressed by Hillary Clinton's speech and how she cut Donald Trump with pretty much every word, and that was presidential, right? And I'm like, man, this is not a game. Like, presidential, this is not a game. This is not Democrats versus Republicans, because look, I understand that the media wants to frame it as a game, like a primetime matchup, like Bulls versus Celtics, or, I mean, like whatever you want, like a sporting event. But this is not a game. This is real life. Politics affects about everything that happens in our lives. And to kind of promote it as Democrats versus Republicans, well, in essence, you're actually saying it's this type of corruption versus this other type of corruption. Both are bad for us. Who is it good for? Well, it's good for the politicians. It's definitely good for the corporate media. It's definitely good for big business. And it's definitely good for wealthy individuals. But us? Oh no, it's not good for us. We don't benefit from this at all. So what we need to do is fight back against all of this corruption. That's why this is a call to action. We only have a few more states, like I said. And, Trump pretty much has already clinched the Republican nomination, but Bernie Sanders still has a chance at beating Hillary Clinton, and it needs to happen. If we all want a society that has a actual democracy where our voices are actually heard, then we need to vote for Bernie Sanders because he's the only candidate willing to fight for that. Hillary Clinton is not. She's fighting to sustain the corruption. So, before you cast your ballot, think about all this. Do some research. Think about who is actually best for you and your family. Think about who is best for other families. Think about who is going to be best for this country and for this world to implement policies that will benefit you and yours and everybody else. I don't know about you, but I actually want a politician that is indebted to me, not big business, not lobbyists. That's what I want. So again, before you vote, do some research, okay? Think about who's going to be best for this world. Think about who's going to actually fight to make America great, period. Not again, period.